Properties of substances. Things around us. We see many things around us and use several of them in our everyday life. For example, as soon as we get up in the morning, we wash our face with water, clean our teeth with toothpaste or tooth powder, we drink milk or tea, we have bread, bhakri, sauce, kakavi, honey, yogurt, etc. at breakfast. We use a gas for cooking. We see trees, stones, vehicles on the roads. States of substances. In school, you use pens, pencils, books, notebooks, etc. On the playground, you use balloons, bats, ball, marbles, etc. Are all these things alike? What are the differences in them? A tree, stone are in solid form. Water, milk, petrol are in the liquid form, while the air in the balloon is in the gaseous form. Thus, we see that there are three states of substances: solid, liquid, and gaseous. We use them in everyday life. Transparency of substances. Try this. Take some water in a steel glass and some in another one made of glass. Add 4 drops of ink to each glass and try to see the color of the water through each glass. What do you notice? Which is the glass through which you can see the color from the outside? The water attains the color of the ink. You can see through the glass that is made out of glass. When it is raining heavily outside, you can still see what is going on outdoors through the window panes. You can see fish moving around in a fish tank through its glass. Now, let us see why this happens. Observe this. If you take a colored sherbet in a glass, you can see its color better than if you take it in a steel glass. What is the reason for this? Rays of light pass right through substances like glass, water, etc. That is why you can see the rain outside, the movement of the fish in the tank, and the color of the sherbet in the glass. Substances through which light rays can travel easily are said to be transparent. Opacity of substances. Substances through which light rays cannot travel are said to be opaque. Thus, the wall and the door are opaque substances. You may have seen a peephole fitted to a wooden door to allow us to see things outside the door without opening it. It is made of glass and enables us to see the person standing outside. Remember, if the doorbell rings when you are alone at home, do not open the door right away. First, look through the peephole or the grill window to see who is at the door. Sometimes, doors have a safety chain which allow you to open the door just enough to see who is outside. Open the door only if you know the person outside. Do not open the door to strangers. Glass and plastic. Of all the things we use every day, many are made of plastic. We can see easily what is inside some plastic boxes or bottles, but not inside others. Thus, we see that plastic may be either transparent or opaque. Observe that the same is true of plastic bags too. Nowadays, we use plastic more than we use glass. That is because plastic is lighter than glass and stronger. It does not break easily like glass and therefore is safe to use. Nowadays, window panes are often lined with a black or a dark colored thin plastic film called sun film to keep the sun out. This protects us from the strong sun but still allows us to see through the glass. Sometimes the film is so dark that we can hardly feel the sun. However, we cannot see very well through it either. As glass and plastic have been made by man, they are called man-made materials. What are brittle substances? Try this. Collect the following things: a chalk stick, a steel glass, a wooden block, a piece of coal, and of charcoal. Drop each of these things on the floor one by one and observe what happens. You will see that the chalk stick and piece of charcoal break into pieces on falling. Those substances which break easily when they fall on the hard floor or when they are hit are said to be brittle. Hard substances. A steel glass, coal, or wooden block do not break on falling or being hit hard. Those substances that do not break on falling or being hit hard are said to be hard. Now, let us classify the aforementioned items as hard and brittle. Charcoal is a brittle substance. Chalk stick is a brittle substance. Steel glass is a hard substance. Coal is a hard substance. Wood is a hard substance. Now that we have seen hard and brittle substances, let us see what are soft substances. Soft substance. Substances that are soft to touch like wool, silk, sponge, rubber, cotton, etc. are said to be soft. Soluble and insoluble substances. Try this. Tea is made in every home. Observe how it is made. Sugar, tea leaves, milk, and water are the substances used to make tea. When you strain the tea, why are the tea leaves left behind in the strainer? Try this. Take some water in a glass. Add 1 spoonful of sand and 1 of sugar to it. Stir the water with a spoon. Strain this water with a strainer. You see that the sugar has dissolved in the water, but the sand has not. Observe why this happens. Substances that dissolve easily in a liquid are called soluble substances. When soluble substances dissolve in a liquid, a solution is formed. Those that do not dissolve in a liquid are said to be insoluble. Sugar is soluble. Sand is insoluble. Try this. Take some water in a glass. Add to it a rubber, some sugar, a stick, some salt and stir it. Now strain the water. Which substances dissolved in the water? Which ones did not dissolve? Rate of solubility. Try this. Take water in a glass. Add a spoonful of sugar to it and stir it with a spoon. In another glass of water, add some powdered sugar and stir. In which glass did the sugar dissolve quickly? The powdered sugar dissolved quickly. The bigger particles of sugar took longer to dissolve. The smaller the particles of a substance, the faster is the process of dissolving. Solubility depends upon the size of the particles of that substance. Water, an excellent solvent. Try this. Take half a cup of water in a vessel. Add 4 spoons of sugar to it. Stir the mixture with a spoon and observe the sugar. Now, take another vessel with half a cup of water and add 4 spoons of sugar to it. Heat the vessel and observe the sugar again. In which vessel did the sugar dissolve more quickly? You will see that the sugar dissolved faster in the vessel which was heated. Solubility of a substance also depends upon the heat supplied to the solution. Water is an excellent solvent. Water is a liquid in which many solid, liquid and gaseous substances dissolve easily. With this, we come to the last part of this chapter, which is effervescence. Effervescence. Try this. Take half a spoon of baking soda in a bowl. Squeeze some lemon juice on it and observe what happens. You will see an effervescence. You are familiar with the aerated cold drinks you get in the market. When the lid is opened, the drink inside bubbles out. Why does this happen? The gas in the drink is dissolved in it under pressure. It bubbles out when the lid is opened and the pressure is removed.